Obviously, we're excited. For us and our staff coming in here in January and continuing to build this program. 11 months of work have gone into this. Proud of what our team has accomplished throughout the course of the season, the way they've competed, the way they've focused on the task at hand, and the family atmosphere that we've built inside of our building. And excited about this opportunity to go play for a championship. And have great respect for Coach Norvell, Memphis Tigers, and their entire program. I know our kids are excited to get on the field tomorrow and go play. A lot of the personnel is the same. Some of it's going to be different, obviously. Certainly with the injury at quarterback will be different. But the teams have evolved and changed throughout the course of the season. Schematically, I think they change, and because of the personnel, they change as well. I think what you can take away from the first ball game, and even from last year, the kids, the players on the field know each other. And some of the hand-to-hand, the one-on-one fights, whether that's up front, out on the perimeter, they have familiarity with each other. But you're looking at two really good football teams that go out and compete extremely hard for 60 minutes.
Josh, how much do you expect emotion to play into things early on, especially with, I'm sure there'll be some sort of tribute or something when Mackenzie Milton before the game starts?
I think both teams are going to play with great emotion just because of the work that goes in and the opportunity that you have. You build your season to go win a championship, and both teams have that opportunity. Our kids are going to play with emotion. They're going to play for themselves. They're going to play for our program. They're going to play for the brother that's next to them on the football field, and they'll play for Mackenzie, who's not there either. I think controlling your emotions in a game like this, being a mature competitor, is always critical. I'm proud of the way that we've competed throughout the course of the season. We've handled adversity well. I expect us to do that again in this ballgame.
Brian Murphy, Black and Gold Banneret. Coach, with Mackenzie FaceTiming into the meeting, how much of that has been help for the team, or assistance to the players, or for the game plan?
He certainly had a couple of ideas, like he always does, about the game plan. It's been great for him just to be engaged and a part of the process, and obviously being away from us, just have a sense of normalcy a little bit. I think it was good for the guys inside of the meeting room, inside that quarterback meeting room, to have a sense of normalcy, to have his personality, his input there as well. I think that's a comfort to everybody inside of that room as well.
Major injury and now him having to get ready for a conference championship?
Yeah, the major injury, everybody's thoughts and prayers inside of our program are with KZ, and we'll continue to do that. At the same time, we have great competitors inside of our program. They understand the time, the energy, and the effort that has gone into building our program and building this season to this point. Everybody wants to take full advantage of that. DJ is extremely confident in himself. You've seen that when he's had the opportunity to play. He's fearless. He makes a good play. He comes back and plays the next play. He has a bad play. He comes back and plays the next play. You can see that the guys around him have a great confidence in him. For us as coaches, we're not going to change who and what we are. We're going to put the ball in his hands and go play ball. He's had a great week of practice, had a great week of preparation. Since East Carolina, I think he's had a greater sense of urgency in the way he prepares. And because of that, he's practiced really well, and expect him to perform that way. I just think, sometimes kids get out there and get an opportunity to play. Their sense of urgency and their preparation can be heightened. I think that's true of DJ. Physically, they're built differently. Fundamentally, how we play, schematically how we play, it really doesn't change. We kind of do what we do. Subtly, there will be subtle tweaks to maybe what one kid is more comfortable with versus another. That's true with every quarterback that I've had, but we won't fundamentally change who and what we do offensively.
Speak to them and what you kind of
Yeah, we play with a physical presence. We play an attacking style ball on that side of it. Since I was hired, it's important to me that, we talk about UCF fast here and what we do offensively, but we want to play with that same mentality on the other side of the ball and create negative plays. I just think we've continued to grow throughout the entire season in all three phases of the game, but certainly on the defensive side of the ball. To play great defense, everybody's got to play assignment sound. You got to have great communication between the three levels. You got to play with great technique. Philosophically, we're a little bit different than what they were doing the previous year. Our kids have grown. They've bought into our system and are playing with great intensity, great purpose, great technique, and playing assignment sound. They're tackling well in space, and that's why we've performed the way we have the last few weeks. I don't think there was a hangover. You saw the reaction from our sideline, when they realized how serious it was. Our football team went over there. You saw the same reaction from the opposing sideline as well. And I think that's true of, a great player. They recognize that in McKenzie, but players have great respect for each other and understand, the time and energy that people put into this game. Was there a hangover? No, when he was carted off, our football team, and many people said it, all right, we got a job to do, let's go play ball. Football's never going to be perfect. I think our kids went out and competed immediately. DJ got into the flow of the game, hit a couple shots, and made some plays. I think we were resilient. And that's true of this football team. If you're able to do what this football team has done this year or this program's done the last 2 years, you got a group of guys that can handle adversity and handle it really well. I think that helped him a week ago when he got thrown in, early in the second quarter. It's certainly all experiences at that position are going to help you as you continue to go down the road. So those two experiences are going to help him in this football game.
Coach Jason Beatty, 24/7 Sports with UCF. Talk about most selections for the all-conference teams this past week, and just having the most in the conference with 17.
I'm proud of the way our kids have performed and played this year. I'm proud of the work that they've put in since we got here in January. We have a lot of great football players. A bunch of them got recognized. We got a lot of players that are great football players that didn't get recognized as well. Individual awards come with team success. We've had a ton of success on the football field. It was great to see that many of our players recognized as being elite performers inside of this league. And I think a lot of them are recognized that way across the entire country.
Coach, Eric Henry's SB Nation. Saturday will be the fourth time these two teams have played each other in a span of 14 months. What are some of the challenges in trying to create a game plan with two teams to each other's offense?
I think you got to be different, because the opposing side of the football is going to be a little bit different. Playing them in the middle portion of the season and as late as it is now, I think both teams have grown and changed in some respect throughout the course of the season as well. So you got to do what your kids are comfortable with, what they know what to do, and at the same time find some ways to attack the other side of the football.
Kind of along that question as well, playing a team in such a short amount of time and all those games being so close, how difficult is it to try and continue to beat the same team with close games like that?
It's difficult to beat a good team once, let alone do it again. I said it early in the press conference. Our coaching staff and players got a great respect for Memphis and what they do. But each game is different. It unfolds differently. At the end of the day, we got to be one play better than them, 1 point better than them. We're going to do everything we can to make sure that happens.
Josh, Wyatt Miller earlier this week said that, when McKenzie went down, a lot of the seniors like him and Titus Davis got the team together and told them they needed to finish the goal. What does that mean to you to have that kind of senior leadership on this team, that they kind of recognize themselves, they don't need prodding to go and do something like that?
Yeah, we have great leadership here, and that's why we've handled the transition so well, in my opinion. Immediate buy-in, understanding what it takes to go be a champion. they've handled adversity, and it's come in a lot of different forms to, our juniors and our seniors inside of our program in a lot of different ways. They've handled it with great poise. They've handled it and been able to communicate to the young players inside of our program how they need to handle it. That was a unique circumstance last week. They have stayed focused on the task, and that's our preparation. When we get to kickoff on game day, it's just playing the next play. They've handled everything that has been thrown at them in a great way, and expect them to do that again tomorrow.
Coach, the defense seems to have stepped it up over the last few weeks especially. What do you like most about the way you guys are coming together?
I like that they continue to compete. We've given up yards. You look at where we rank as far as points per game. They've done a tremendous job in that way. They've played great red zone defense. The last couple of weeks, they've been suffocating, both in the run game, penetrating, forcing the ball to bounce, team tackling, guys rallying to the football, tight coverage on the back end. They've played a complete game here the last few weeks, and we need to play that way tomorrow. I don't. We're going to let the family handle what they want to be out there publicly.
Do you expect him to, through FaceTime, be part of any of your pregame preparations with the team?
I don't anticipate that right now.
Just quickly, do you see any kind of really big key to this game when it's going to come down to fourth quarter late, both teams moving the ball? Is it going to be a run game? Do you think it's going to be an offensive show like it was a couple of years ago?
When you play in this football championship game, there's a lot of keys to being successful in this. At the end of the day, kids got to handle adversity. You got to be able to move on to the next play in all three phases of the game. Just go play and compete. Whether the previous play was a positive one or the opposing team made a play, just go compete and play it like it's 0-0 for 60 minutes.
Thanks, Coach. Just sit tight for a minute.